Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be back, and we made 8,000 subscribers a few days ago, and I literally can't believe that I'm saying that right now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be at 10K by next week. So I am just so grateful. I just want to welcome you all to the family, and for all of my returning subscribers, there would be no channel without you all. So I'm definitely thankful for my subscribers. Okay, so based off the title of this video, you already know what it's about, so there's really no need for a long intro, and I am ready to tell you all about my journey to becoming a makeup artist. I just felt really unsatisfied. It was a really big university. I felt like a number and I just wasn't happy. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine at the time, and he was pretty much just like, you know, what makes you happy? And literally the first thing that I thought of was makeup, because whenever I would go shopping for makeup, put on makeup, that is when I was really happy. And not to mention, I was always late to class because I was so worried about my makeup. Like, I was way more focused on how I looked and how, you know, I was gonna do my makeup rather than getting to class on time. At that point, even my friends were like, oh my god, that's so right. Like, because in high school, like, instead of like doing our classwork or whatever, I would be trying to do their makeup in class. So the signs were always there, I just never really paid attention to them. Once I had that conversation with my friend at the time, I began to try to brainstorm, like, well, how can I make a living out of this? This is when Instagram was new. Instagram was only for iPhones at this point. Android wasn't even on the app yet, okay? That's how early on this was. So, oh my gosh, and I also want to apologize. I have my liners in right now, so I'm getting like lipstick on them and stuff. But anyway, I knew I was like okay at like doing makeup on myself, but as far as like doing makeup on other people, I was like, I need some practice. You know, after practicing on friends and family, prom season came around and I was like, okay, I think I might be ready. I made like a little booking email, and I had like one prom booking that year, just one, and I only charged her $20, okay? So humble beginnings for real. I will try to insert pictures of like my work from then until now so you can just see the growth. So once prom season ended, I then started looking for jobs in makeup stores. So I went downtown to State Street and I tried Ulta, but they were out of applications. So I walked across the street and tried Sephora. And a couple months later, I got a phone call from Sephora, and they were pretty much like, hey, you know, were you still looking for a job? Were you still looking to work here? And I was like, yes, hello. So they had me come in, and the first interview was a group interview. It was like 15 to 20 other girls there. I'm naturally just happy and bubbly like that. I've always been like that, and for that reason, I did really good at the group interview. They called me back for a second interview, and this was a one-on-one interview, and they were pretty much just like, we like you and we want you to come in for the live demo, which was the third interview. It was me and 3 other girls. It was 4 of us, and only 3 of us made it, I believe. So they called me maybe like 2 weeks later, and they were like, we want to offer you the position as a cash wrap girl. And I started working there in July. July of 2012 is also when I started my YouTube channel. I had never even thought about starting a YouTube channel. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I knew nothing about YouTube. I just do my makeup every day, and I would post pictures, and my followers would be like, why don't you start a YouTube channel? So eventually I started one, and I started it in July of 2012, maybe like a week after I got hired at Sephora. I ended up moving from up north to out south the commute got kind of difficult. Eventually, I started being late. It wasn't a huge deal. My manager who hired me at the time, she really liked me, but I just felt bad about being late all the time. So I told her I would prefer to transfer to a location closer to me. I worked at the State Street location of Sephora from July until September, and then I transferred, and then I started working at the Orland location in October of 2012. By December, I was promoted to color, and I started my position in January of 2013. Once I started my color position, I learned tons and tons of product knowledge, tons of tips and tricks. Then on top of that, you would have brands come in almost every day from like Laura Mercier, Benefit, Makeup Forever, and they would train you on whatever the new products were. And then on top of that, if you work a shift and someone from a brand comes that day to train you, you get a free product from that line. So that is how I was able to build my makeup kit. That's also how I gained a lot of my clients that I have today through Sephora. They met me at Sephora. I either helped them find a product, I either did their eyebrows, or I did their makeup, and they didn't want to lose touch. So, you know, they kept in touch with me, and when I left Sephora, they stayed with me. So during 2013, when I was working at Sephora, I started charging $40 for full faces. So through my YouTube channel and through working at Sephora, building up my kit, building up my clientele, I had really made a name for myself in the Chicagoland area. Like, that's what people knew me as at that point. They knew me as one of the Chicagoland makeup artists. It was May of 2013. Tiffany from Bad Girls Club Season 3 was on Twitter, and she had tweeted out who is the best makeup artist in Chicago, and a ton of people tweeted my name to her. So she went over to my Twitter and to my Instagram. She looked at my work and she DM'd me and was like, send me your number so I can give you a call. And she called me. When I tell you, that was such a surreal experience having her call me and like talking to her, because I don't really watch the Bad Girls Club like that, but season 3 was definitely a season that I watched, and Tiffany was one of my favorites from that season because she was from Chicago.
Chi-town.
I'm so cornball. So anyway, so basically you got on the phone and she's like, hey, I have a photo shoot with Terrell Suggs. They just won the Super Bowl championship this year. He's flying me out to Vegas for 5 days, and he told me I could bring my own makeup and hairstylist. So I want to know, would you be interested in going? And I was like, so I'm like, yes, oh my gosh. I didn't even know who Terrell Suggs was at that point. Like, I had watched the Super Bowl that year and I knew that the Baltimore Ravens had won, but I didn't know any like specific players, you know. So at this point, I had left UIC already and I was at a community college finishing up my last semester for my associate's degree in marketing, and my professors were kind enough to let me come in and take my finals a day early so I could go to Arizona. Flew out to Arizona a few days later, and this was before Snapchat was available. This was before Instagram video was available. So I was only able to like post pictures, and that also brought me tons of clients as well. Once I worked on her, tons of more clients came. After her, I did Irene the Dream. It was January of 2014. I remember it was snowing outside. So basically, Irene the Dream did the same thing, asked who the best makeup artist in Chicago was. People added me. She looked at my work on my page. We exchanged information. She came to my place. I did her makeup. She shouted me out. I'll post pictures of that too, and that also gave me more clients once people seen that I worked on her. And then a few months later, this fitness guru by the name of Get Bodied by Jay contacted me as well. I went downtown to her hotel and I did her makeup and she loves it. And yeah, gained more followers from that and gain more clients as well. So that's pretty much like how I gained a lot of my clients, just by posting my work every day, getting my name out there, making people understand that I am a makeup artist in the Chicagoland area, and pretty much just letting my work speak for itself. So I worked on myself a lot. I would post pictures of my clients whenever I worked on them. Once you get it through people's heads, I don't care if you're a photographer, if you're a makeup artist, if you are a stylist, if you're constantly putting yourself out there, you're constantly putting your work out there, people are going to eventually understand that this is what you do. And so when someone asks, oh, who's a good stylist? Who's a good photographer? Who's a good makeup artist? Who's a good hairstylist? You're gonna be one of the first people that they think of because you're constantly putting your work out there. So with all of like the shout outs from like Get Bodied by Jay, Irene the Dream, Tiffany from Bad Girls Club, I had created my first website, and it was called iCandyCandis.com, but it was really just a site just so people could just like learn about, you know, who I am and like just see pictures of my work. It wasn't nearly as advanced as my website is now, but it was a good starter. So because my website wasn't as advanced as it is now, I needed help with everything that I had going on. I was working full-time. I was still trying to do makeup full-time. I started overbooking myself and I felt horrible. And so I decided to hire an assistant. Fast forward a little bit, I was having a conversation with this other makeup artist who was really well known in Chicago, and she told me like, you know, your work is really good. There is no way that you should still be charging $40 for your faces. You should at least be charging $65. I was like, you're right, I never even thought about that. So I changed it to $65. So 2014, I went through a really bad breakup. I kind of took a break from YouTube. I had an assistant, but then I went through the breakup and then I ended up moving, and I knew I was just going to take a break for a while. And so I was just like, I don't really need an assistant right now. But I also hosted my first makeup class that year. Only like 9 or 10 people attended my first makeup class. I was still excited. I was still happy. And that was November of 2014. 2015, I came back to YouTube in March once I had bought my professional lighting, once I had bought a new MacBook Air, and once I bought a new digital camera and tripod. And I got back on it with my videos. I had another makeup class June of 2015. This one was more intimate. I rented out a much smaller class and I made this one hands-on for 6 people. And that one sold out. Right after my second makeup class, I got pregnant with my daughter, and I did my third makeup class December of 2015. Originally, we did it for 30 seats. It sold out. Then the owner was like, we can push it to 40. So we pushed it to 40, it sold out again. And then we pushed it to 50, it sold out again. So I think we pushed it to 54. There were 54 people who bought tickets to my last makeup class. So it was great. The class sold out 3 times. It was really awesome. 2016, I still continued to work. I still continued to work on clients up until maybe a couple weeks before my daughter was born. I stopped taking bookings at that point. So my daughter was born March of 2016, and then I started taking bookings again April of 2016, like a month after she was born, which was right on time for prom season. And prom season, I was booked to capacity. Once prom season ended, based off of the experience that I had in the past with having an assistant, I would much rather try to figure out a way where I can just kind of do pretty much everything on my own. So I got a new website with a different company. I was able to set up online bookings, so that took all of the guesswork out of everything. So if clients have any pricing inquiries, if they want to book an appointment, boom, it's all on the website. All of my pricing is listed there. My availability is listed there. You just do it yourself, and you come see me when you book it, boo. So that really took the work out of me having to hire an assistant again, because I really didn't want to. So I got that started, and then I ended up quitting my job June 2016, and it was a struggle. Like it honestly was. Like, it was a scary thing, because that was my comfort zone, that was my guaranteed income no matter what. Yeah, so it was a scary thing to quit, but I knew it was something that I had to do, because there was no way that I wanted to leave my daughter. There was no way that I wanted to put my daughter in a daycare, because I worked in a daycare in the past, and I just don't trust people. I just don't. It's too much going on in the world. I just don't trust people. I don't. And I know every daycare is different, but no, I just don't trust people, and that's that. So after that, I continued to just work on clients, and some months were good, some weren't, and it was just a learning experience overall. And I still continued to do my YouTube, but I was not making any money from YouTube yet. I had just monetized my channel in June, but I just wasn't making any money from it. So all of my income was coming solely from bookings with my clients. Fast forward now to 2017. It's just been a really great year so far. Started doing more hands-on makeup. The demand was just there. Started doing more makeup lessons, and then I got into contact with this up-and-coming Chicago artist who is putting out an EP, and I did makeup for her video shoot, and she loved it so much. So now I'm her makeup artist. So I'm who she calls when she has a live performance, when she has a video shoot, when she has a photo shoot, anything at all. I'm who she calls. I also tried out for the NYX Face Awards. I was interested in doing it because my thing has always just been wanting to get my work out there for people to see. Like, I really am a true artist at heart. Like, I just want people to see my stuff. So I tried out for the NYX Face Awards because it's the biggest makeup competition in the world. So I knew that if I made it, then that would definitely put a magnifying glass on me and get my work out there. So I tried it. I didn't make it. I was devastated, but I got over it. And then a couple weeks later, NYX contacted me through email and asked if I'd be interested in being put on their PR list, which of course I said yes. Like, who would say no? Got my first PR package recently, and then I also launched my own app. It launched in the Apple Store April of this year, and then it also launched in the Google Store May of this year. In June, one of my videos went semi-viral. So I gained lots of subscribers and got my first YouTube check after a whole year of not getting anything. I've been on YouTube since 2012, but I didn't know that you could actually make a living off of YouTube until a year ago. So that is when I monetized my channel, and I obviously make a living through, working on clients, and then I also have extra income coming in every month on the side through YouTube. So I'm very happy. And so what do I charge now? That was another question. I charge $70 now for full faces. Yes, so that was my makeup journey. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you in some way, and I hope it inspires you some way in the future. And you guys know, if you ever have any questions, I don't hold back. Anything that I know, I freely give it away. So if you have any questions or want to know anything, just leave it in the comment section below, and I'll gladly answer anything. If you want to see me go over something specific in a future video, leave that in the comment section as well, and I'll definitely take it into consideration. But yes, I can't believe I got this out here. Oh snap. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We are growing so fast over here. It is unreal. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.